The Wall Street Journal is now reporting the FBI is proposing a more aggressive social media surveillance plan to detect possible threats on social media that would then later force user privacy and whether it's at risk. Let's ask cybersecurity expert Leeza Garber on this. Leeza, what will this allow the FBI to do? I understand the good intentions behind it, but then I start worrying about what are you going to do with it?
Of course, you and everybody else, myself included. And part of the problem is this is not a new request for the FBI to make. It actually goes way back to 2012 in the sphere of not just Facebook and Twitter, but also MySpace. The FBI has recognized the ability for people to congregate on social media and really get together and bring across their identities to try to carry out different goals. And they've realized that by scraping these social media platforms, they can figure out when events might happen, where they might happen, and who might be involved. But right now, they're really amping up the efforts to try to what they're calling early detection of these kind of emergency situations. And really, what that sounds like to most people.
What are they detecting? Something that's said online, back and forth with strangers. What's said is if someone's gaming and they're streaming. Where is this going?
They're trying to create these in-depth profiles based on what they're calling publicly available information. Generally, Facebook and Twitter are calling it mass surveillance, which is not allowed on their platforms, even by federal agencies. And they've had these debates for years. Facebook wants to create profiles on people that are up to suspicious activities. Now, who's going to define what suspicious activities are? Is it when they post a manifesto but maybe not act on it? Yeah. Is it participation in different groups? They're not necessarily going to see what messages are being sent back and forth. But now, we don't know what's going to happen. There's really this debate between individual privacy and communal security. And that's something that we've been seeing on social media for years.
What I worry about is something that Judge Napolitano had echoed with me just yesterday, that with the best of intentions, once you give a green light for the government, the FBI, to start policing you online, or at least police what will algorithmically rather get across as dangerous language online, all bets are off. What do you think of that?
Definitely. It's a situation that could be extremely dangerous, and it worries privacy professionals and privacy advocates, but also people who are operating on social media that don't have malicious manifestos and things to publish online like that. We're not saying that even government interference would essentially block this kind of activity, right? Because even if it falls off of Facebook because it's too policed, it's going to go somewhere else like 4chan or 8chan. And these forums will always be available for people who want to try to communicate. The other piece of it is Facebook is trying to encrypt a lot of its messaging platforms, realizing that people may not want to speak in the town square of public Facebook posts, but rather go into private messages, which the government wouldn't necessarily have access to, and they would be encrypted. And that brings up another point, which is, would they just create a key that would unlock all this encryption for the government to gain access to? We've already seen that debate with Apple, and it didn't go in the government's favor.
I always think it's a tough position because I always get so annoyed when you get these angry missives that come out that were posted online and sometimes there for a long time for all sorts of folks to see. And we only learn about it after a horrible event. But then again, it's open season on what's out there.
Hindsight is always 20/20, but it's impossible
right.
to pick everybody out. It just isn't possible. And who's to say if the government is the best entity? Facebook professionals are certainly not. But there has to be a happy medium.
Yeah, we're not quite there yet. Leeza Garber, always good seeing you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.